guys, it's coffee time. So excited. I still love this mug. It's so awesome. Delicious, delicious coffee. So my room actually like overlooks this weird little garden area. It's like, I don't know, it's like this wide by this by this. Yeah. But it's super small, and it has like a little lemon tree, and I think that's like a little apple tree. Both of them are pretty frail looking. And then like, I'll just show you guys. So like there's the apple tree, and there's the little lemon tree, and then it's got all of these little volunteers in there. And every time I look at it, I'm like, I should empty that out. Like, you know, put some other things in there. So I'm thinking that I might do that. I really want to have herbs. Really want to have herbs. It's funny, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. She was saying that she hates flowers. She absolutely hates flowers. And I was like, if somebody were to give you like herbs, would you prefer that? And she was like, oh, absolutely, because then I could use it. Like it would be a thoughtful gift. So any of you who might be trying to seduce a lady, if she says that she doesn't like flowers, try going for herbs. Herbs are awesome, and they still smell good. I mean, it's not like you're trading something that smells awesome for something that's just completely utilitarian. I love the smell of herbs, like basil. Fresh basil is the best smell ever. So go for that sometime. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what I could plant in there, and I need to look up because I don't know what thrives in California, especially like right when summer's happening. So I don't want something to die, right? And there are fall vegetables. I could just wait, like clear it all out and keep it, you know, sorted and whatnot, and then later be able to plant some other things that might live through it, like turnips maybe. Oh, I love turnips. I love so many vegetables that most people hate. But I found that with things like turnips, if you're not a huge fan of turnips, a good way to eat turnips and still get like the vitamins from them is to make, if you like mashed potatoes, make mashed potatoes and then have one turnip that you mash in with the mashed potatoes. You can barely taste it. It's like a little bit of a tang. It's nice. I like it. But yeah, and then I'm like, well, what about all of the volunteers? But they all look sad. They all look like they're dying. So I'm like, I should just rip everything out of there. So, but I'm hoping that maybe those trees will push some stuff out. Is that lemon tree gets a lot of sun, and it's, there aren't many fruits, but it's anyway. The apple tree is just like sitting there crying to itself. I don't know, I think because I grew up on a farm and my dad is like super landscaper, and we always had like a huge garden, like too big of a garden. We could never use all of the vegetables that we planted there, and we were always like, we need to make smaller gardens. We are wasting food. And I really wanted us to get in touch with like a shelter of some sort, so that when we had overflows of vegetables we could just bring them to the shelter, but that never happened either. So if I ever move home and if my parents are still having like big gardens, I might look into that just so that we're not wasting so much food. We had one year, I think part of it is that we always want to plant things that we've never planted before, and sometimes you get way more than you think you're gonna. Squash, I don't know if it's because our soil is like super acidic, so they just love it, but squash, any sort of squash, like takes over the entire garden. We have to trim it constantly, and we still get zucchini like this big. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think zucchini counts as a squash. I'm pretty sure it does. Anyway, yeah, that and like strawberries, of course, because strawberries are asexual. They just like grow all over the place. It's terrible. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, that we had too many of certain vegetables. One year, it was our first time planting onions. We had a wheelbarrow full of onions because we thought that not all of them would live, right? You plant a bunch thinking, well, probably about half of these won't make it through. They all made it. They all made it through, and we were like, anybody want onions? Anyone want onions? Please, seriously. I made a lot of zucchini bread when we were doing the zucchini thing. I think that they've learned, though. Either they've been doing just one zucchini plant, or they've been not doing zucchini at all, which I'm totally cool with, because we never knew what to do with all of it. It was insane. And we have like a little orchard, but it never pushes out much fruit. We get a lot of vegetables, but we don't get very much fruit. And I don't know if it has to do with care, or if it has to do with the soil, or the amount of sun that they get. There's so many different variables, it's so hard to tell. But, yeah. It's good times. My brother went to school for horticulture for a while. He tunes pianos now and is just generally awesome. But he went to school for horticulture for a while, and he was able to train all of our trees so that the branches go out this way, so that when you want to get fruit from them, it's like you don't have to like climb a tree. Like the branches are all like just out like this, and you can just like pick. And my dad got an apple tree that had a different kind of apple on each branch, which I don't understand. I know that it has to do it like you take a branch from one apple tree and you like graft it to the other apple tree, and then it just attaches itself. It's so weird. I don't get how it works. I should look it up sometime. But that's one of those things where you're like, how did these things happen? Just confusing facts of life. Trees will graft on to other forms of themselves, apparently. I think if I were to have a favorite type of tree, though, it wouldn't be a fruit tree. It would be a curly willows. If you've ever seen a curly willow, they are the most beautiful trees ever. I love them. It is my favorite tree that we have, and I think every time I'm home it's like close to dying, because for whatever reason it's never been very happy on our property, and we're always like, oh, you're sick again. But it's so pretty. I love it so much. Yeah. Keep looking out there, being like, what am I gonna do with you? And there are these giant roots that are like I feel like I'm in the labyrinth. They're just like attacking everything, and I'm like, I don't even know what those are roots from. Maybe from the trees. They're just taking over the world. It's crazy sauce. Crazy sauce. So yeah, so that's been my morning so far. It's just gazing outside my window with my coffee and my pipe. Wondering what to do with that garden. And then I wonder, I know, it keeps going. Then I wonder, this is a garden for the duplex, right? So I'm like, does somebody upstairs care? I don't think they do, but what if they do? What if I ruin everything? I just start pulling stuff out and they're like, no! That would be unfortunate. So yep. Yeah, if you guys have a garden, you should tell me about it, because I love gardens. I think that they're so great. And I think that more people, like, if they had gardens, they would eat better, probably. And it feels good to have a garden and have it, like, work. Have it work out. Have things blossom and give you fruits and stuff. It's wonderful. Yeah. I'm gonna go to work now, though. But I hope that you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Alright? Bye-bye!